Hi, my name is Peyton Stringer, and I'd like to talk about how poaching affects the environment. 2 summers ago, I visited some distant family members that I didn't see very often. While my family were saying their hellos, I took to looking around my surroundings. What I saw next shocked me. A zebra head was hanging on the wall. I tried to talk to my mom about it, but she told me to keep it to myself until we left. I kept thinking about how they ended up with the zebra. Had it passed from natural causes? Was it hunted? After taking this class, it made me think even further. Was this animal taken and sold for a profit? Was a type of hunting labeled poaching, causing negative effects to the zebra population and their environment? Before I get into how poaching affects the environment, I'd like to explain what poaching actually is. Poaching is the illegal taking, killing, and/or trafficking of wildlife for profit that is in violation of local, state, and federal laws. Poaching first became illegal in the U.S. in the 1900s and has increased exponentially across the world. Wild animals, like tigers and elephants, are taken and sold for many reasons. Some animals are sold for their attributes, like their fur or their tusks, while others are sold to turn into medicine. Some people even purchase these animals to show their wealth. Since poaching is illegal, these animals are usually sold through lucrative black markets. So what are the major issues surrounding poaching and the environment? The biggest issue that comes from poaching is the large-scale killing of animals, resulting in their endangerment and possible extinction. Because poachers kill in frequently large magnitudes, it makes it difficult and sometimes impossible for animal populations to reproduce and recover. An example of a population that was not able to recover from poaching was the western black rhino, who was declared extinct by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature in 2011. Because of the increased poaching and trafficking, the rhino species has not had enough time and safety to reproduce, resulting in their extinction. Because the western black rhino was deemed extinct, poachers have resorted to hunting other subspecies of black rhinos, which could lead to further extinction. Another example of an animal that is widely poached is the pangolin. Pangolins are a prehistoric creature that have been around longer than humans and have been known for being non-violent, making them easy prey for poachers. They are hunted for their scales, which are used for medicine, and for their meat, which is considered a delicacy among the rich. The poaching of the African animals has increased through history and has created some significant drops in the amount of wildlife in their environment. Here's a graphic that shows some of the most popular animals that are poached. As talked about previously, the black rhino's population has decreased by 97.6%, almost 100%, since the 1960s. Mountain gorillas and grevy zebra populations have decreased so much that they are close to disappearing. Lions are targeted so much that their population has been reduced by 41% in about 21 years, which is a pretty short amount of time for how long they've lived on Earth. Lastly, elephants are one of the most poached animals because of their ivory tusks, resulting in about 35,000 being poached per year. These statistics are just a few of the many species that are taken and sold for profit through illegal trade, resulting in decreased populations. Another question can be asked: how does taking these animals out of their habitats affect their surrounding environment? Not only is extinction an issue, but over-reproduction of prey animals and a decrease in predators could create an imbalance in the food chain, throwing off how the environment functions together. This can be connected to the sociological imagination because poachers don't think about how these animals actually hurt other populations and vegetation around them. An example of this is the North American gray wolf. When they almost reached extinction due to poaching, it resulted in an increase of elk that almost led to the extinction of the aspen tree. Because there were no wolves to prey on the elk, they kept reproducing and eating the aspen trees enough to where they almost ran out of food themselves. So what can we do to try and decrease the number of animals poached? Because poaching is not regulated, it's hard to pinpoint and stop it from happening, but there are some ways to protect the animals so that poachers cannot reach them. Poaching can be decreased through integration of technology and habitats to spot intruders, increasing conservable land so that animals can move from place to place without being hunted, and to educate the community on how important conservation of these animals are. If poaching continues, animals and their environments will disappear, leaving no wildlife for future generations to experience. Thank you.